शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। 195. सुख दुःखाभिमानाख्यः विकारो भोग उच्यते। कूटस्थश्च विकारी चेति एतन्न व्याहतं कथम्। The phrase kasya kamaya shariram anusanjvaret, from that kasya kamaya, kasya is now being analyzed. Kasya means for whose sake. Who is that who you are referring to? Is he a bhokta, an experiencer, or a sufferer, enjoyer, or the sufferer? For whose sake? Why should this jnani desire for any sense object? Is it that way it is told there? If so, what is wrong? If you refer to kasya, for whose sake, as Atma, it is not applicable. Why? Who can enjoy or who can suffer? Who can experience? One who has got the upadhi, the embodiment. Atma, Chaitanya Rupa, Atma is asangaha. No connection whatsoever with anything, and that being the case, Atma cannot be bhokta. And an experiencer, enjoyer is the one who is subject to change, vikara. He goes on changing. Atma is avikari. How can, when Atma is not a bhokta, how can you say, how can you deny any bhoga or kama for Atma? Because if Atma is bhokta, now he doesn't desire anything, you can say, but Atma not being a bhokta, an enjoyer or sufferer or experiencer, denying for whose sake he will aspire for and get afflicted on account of the body, etc. Such denial is out of context. That was the doubt. For which, first, to begin with, Atma, in inverted comma, Atma as the one who is bhokta. Bhokta, experiencer, enjoyer or sufferer is shown. Based on Shruti, already shown that. नवा अरे पत्युः कामाय पतिः प्रियो भवति आत्मनस्तु कामाय पतिः प्रियो भवति नवा अरे जायायाः कामाय जाया प्रिया भवति आत्मनस्तु कामाय जाया प्रियो भवति so husband wife children money all these are not dear for the sake of themselves for the sake of oneself means somebody who is bhokta enjoyer experiencer is there which is based on the Brihadaranyaka Shruti or the question comes no doubt you have proved based on Brihadaranyaka Shruti Upanishad Shruti statement Atma as Bhokta same Brihadaranyaka says Asango Hayam Purushaha this Atma is Asangaha how are you going to reconcile these two statements one statement says that Atma is Bhokta the experiencer enjoyer other statement says he has nothing to do with so we have to analyze now when it is said which Atma is the one who is the enjoyer that question for which the answer was given there so is it him stanza 194 him kutastha is it kutastha Atma who is the bhokta number one question or Chidabhasaha is the one who is endowed with reflected Chaitanya is that Atma who is the bhokta third possibility Ubhayatmakaha means both that means Ubhayatmaka means one who is Chidabhasa with the adhisthana of Kutastha Chaitanya Rupa Atma three possibilities among these three who is the one who is the bhokta has to be ascertained first was ruled out what is that Kutastha Atma as told by Purva Paksha you are right Kutastha, what do you mean by Kutastha? Avikari, never changing. An experiencer, enjoyer is always Vikari. Do you know why? Before he has no joy. Now he is at the peak of joy only to find out next moment where? Down. Is it not? Always waxing and waning in terms of the joys and sorrows always subject to change. Chaitanya Rupa Atma knows not any changes whatsoever. So therefore, Kutastha Atma being Nirupadhika, free from all the embodiment, so is not subject to change, cannot be Bhokta, straight away ruled out. One possibility that Kutastha Atma being Bhokta is ruled out. Now, in that context, a doubt was posed and answered in 195. Maybe Kutastha Atma is what? Asanga, but even Asanga, why not he can be Bhokta? This is contradiction. Why contradiction? Asanga means Avikari, Bhokta means Savikari. How can these two go along with one? Means one and the same can be. So it was ruled out. So therefore, Kutastha Atma, the Chaitanya Rupa Atma, free from entire embodiment. The pure awareness principle in us by itself cannot be the Bhokta. That is true. Second possibility, mere Chidabhasa may be the Bhokta. Is it possible? That is now ruled out. Vikari buddhyadhinatvat abhase vikrutavapi niradhisthana vibhranti kevala nahi tishtati. First line, Anvaya as it is. Vikari buddhyadhinatvat abhase vikrutau api kevala niradhisthana vibhranti kevala niradhisthana vibhranti nahi tishtati nahi tishtati. Vikari buddhyadhinatvat abhase vikrutau api. Abhasa refers to Chidabhasa. No doubt Chidabhasa has got Vikruti. Vikruti means Vikara. Vikrutau api means even though Chidabhasa, reflected Chaitanya, is subject to change, modification. What type of Chidabhasa it is? Vikara, and how it is, and why it is subject to Vikara? Vikari buddhyadhinatva. What is this Vikari buddhyadhinatva? Buddhyadhinatva, you may know. So that is buddhehe adhinatva, being under the control of buddhi. What type of buddhi? Buddhi which itself is subject to vikara. So vikara buddhi is like this. Vikarini ya buddhi. Buddhi, the antakarna, which is vikarini, subject to change. Tasyaha adhinatva, being under the control of buddhi, the antakarna, which is subject to vikara. Now where do you find the Chidabhasa? In which part of our Upadhi embodiment Chidabhasa is available? Before that, what is Chidabhasa? What do you mean by Abhasa? Something appearing like the original. What is Chaitanya? So, something which appears like Chaitanya is Chidabhasa. Like, say, in the water, the sun is reflected. Suryabhasa. It looks like sun or the moon, but not truly the sun or the moon. Like that. Chaitanya is the knowledge principle. Something which appears like that is Chidabhasa. Where is it possible? In Antakarna. Wherever Antakarna, which is made up of the subtle Panchamahabhutas, is there the Chaitanya gets reflected. That is why in and through all our thoughts, what is reflected is Chaitanya, and that reflected Chaitanya is what is called as Chidabhasa. That is in the Vikari Buddhi, because whatever Chidabhasa reflected Chaitanya is there, that Chidabhasa will be governed by the condition of the Buddhi. If the sun or the moon is reflected in the water, the reflection of the sun or the moon, the condition of the reflection will be governed by the nature and the condition of the reflecting medium, the water. If the water is muddy, the reflection will be dull. If the water is shaking, reflection will get torn into pieces. So like that, here also, the condition of Antakarna, Buddhi will determine the features of Chidabhasa. So therefore it is under the control of Buddhi. That's why it is Vikara, and Buddhi by itself is subject to Vikara. Vikari buddhyadhinatvat. So because Chidabhasa is under the control or it is dependent on Vikari changing Buddhi Antakarna, though itself is what? Vikritau api. Though subject to change, modification by itself. He says, Kevala niradhisthana vibhranti nahi tishtati. Mere Chidabhasa, without its basis, the Chit Kutastha Chaitanya has no existence whatsoever. The reflected sun or the moon without the actual bimba sun or the moon has no existence. You may have water for ages, but the reflection will not be there. So, when you simply take Chidabhasa as a bhokta, without the Kutastha Chaitanya, it has no existence, and therefore bhoktritva is not possible. Therefore, that also is ruled out. What is ruled out? Mere Chidabhasa, reflected Chaitanya, to the exclusion of Chaitanya, Kutastha Adhisthana Chaitanya, as bhokta is ruled out. Earlier, mere Kutastha Chaitanya also was ruled out as bhokta, as not bhokta. This is ruled out. Now what is left out now? Third possibility. What is third possibility? Ubhayatmakaha means Chidabhasa with the basis of Kutastha Atma. Now come on, tell me. Chidabhasa with the basis of Kutastha Atma, which guy is? Who is that guy? You have forgotten the definition of Jiva. For Jiva, what all things are required? two bodies. What are those two bodies? Not your body and neighbor's body. Sthula Sharira, Sukshma Sharira. Gross body and the subtle body. And subtle body means Antakarana is there. What is there in it? Chidabhasa. So this put together. And then Chidabhasa means who else should be there? Kutastha Atma. Kutastha Atma plus two bodies plus Chidabhasa is equal to who? Jiva. So therefore, so Sadhisthana Chidabhasa. Chidabhasa with the basis of Kutastha means for Chidabhasa who are required? For Chidabhasa Antakarana is required. For Antakarana to be there, Sthula Sharira is required. Both means Kutastha Atma, two bodies and reflected Chaitanya put together. That guy is the Bhokta, means the Jiva is the Bhokta. So that's now Tritiya Paksha is the correct one. Ubhayatmaka evataha loke bhokta nigadyate tadrugatmanamarabhya kutastha sheshita shrutau अतः लोके उभयात्मकः एव भोक्ता एड इति निगद्यते. भोक्ता इति निगद्यते. तादृग् आत्मानम् आरभ्य श्रुतौ कूटस्थः शेषितः. तादृग् आत्मानम् आरभ्य श्रुतौ कूटस्थः शेषितः. अतः, therefore, what is this therefore? Neither Kutastha Atma can be Bhokta, the enjoyer experiencer, nor mere Chidabhasa without the Adhisthana Chaitanya cannot be the Bhokta. Therefore, the remaining one, who is that? Chidabhasa with the Adhisthana Kutastha Chaitanya Atma. So therefore, Ataha Loke. Loke means in the world, in the sense Vyavahara Dashayam. When an individual is interacting with the world and is having transacting with the world in terms of perception, experiencing, enjoying, suffering, in terms of all this. So Loke in the, that is what Vyavahara Dasha says. Ubhayatmakaha eva bhokta. Ubhayatmaka. What is the Ubhayatmaka? Of both types. What is the both type? Sadhisthana Chidabhasa. One with the Kutastha Atma along with Chidabhasa. And when you say Chidabhasa, automatically you are including whom? Two bodies. Sthula and Sukshma Sharira are included. Without that, Chidabhasa is not possible. So that Jiva, Ubhayatmakaha, means Sadhisthana Chidabhasa. Sadhisthana means Adhishtanena Saha. Chidabhasa along with Adhisthana. And what is Adhisthana? Kutastha Atma Chaitanya Rupa Atma. So that Ubhayatmakaha eva Bhokta is called as Bhokta. Now the question is, if that is the case, your Brihadaranyaka Shruti says Asango Hayam Hi Purushaha. Jiva, who is endowed with, no doubt basis is what? Kutastha Atma. But endowed with gross body, subtle body and Chidabhasa. Is he Asanga? No. He has got Sanga with who? Embodiment and Chidabhasa. How do you say Asango Hayam Purusha? No. In Brihadaranyaka, straight away it is not told Asanga Hahi Ayam Purusha. What does Brihadaranyaka Shruti do? It starts with this Jiva who is the enjoyer or sufferer, and then the aspects because of which either we enjoy or suffer are discarded. What remains afterwards is Asanga Atma remains, that is the a methodology is employed to make us discover what Atma is. Why? As it obtains now, Kutastha Atma, the Chaitanya Rupa Atma, not connected to anything whatsoever, is directly not available. Why? Any and every experience of ours for at the present juncture is through what? Two bodies and the medium of Chidabhasa. Come on, tell me. Any experience you have got without the body and Chidabhasa? No? Think. In sleep, what is not there? Two bodies are not there. Chidabhasa is not there. Chidabhasa in the Antakarana may not be there. Chidabhasa in the causal body, Ajnana, also is there. Without that you can't have Priyamoda, Pramoda, Vrittis that are there. They are also what? Abhasa is there. Without the direct you can't have any connection with the Chaitanya. That being the case. So that is how, with this only we can get. So, Jiva is presently available to us. What is known now, what is unknown is derived from that standpoint. What does the Shruti, Brihadaranyaka Shruti does is this. Tadrig Atmanam Arabhya. Having begun with that type of Atma, what type of Atma? The Atma who is the Bhokta, endowed with two bodies, with the basis of what? Kutastha Chaitanya Atma and Chidabhasa. It begins because we know well, and thereafter what does it do? Shrutau. Shrutau means in Brihadaranyaka Shruti 437. Brihadaranyaka 437. It starts, and then finally Kutastha Sheshitaha. Kutastha Atma is what? Retained by discarding all the bodies and Abhasa in 4.3.15 Brihadaranyaka. It is like this. We get a statement in 4.3.7 of Brihadaranyaka like this, which will be referred to in the next stanza. You can see what it is. Yoyam Vijnanamayaha Praneshu Hridyantaha Jyotihi. That is said. Yoyam Vijnanamayaha Praneshu Hridyantaha Jyoti. We'll see what it is. Yaha ayam, the one who is what? Vijnanamayaha. What is Vijnanamayaha? Vijnana Prayaha. Almost Vijnana. Vijnana stands for Vijnanamaya Kosha Buddhi. Means Vijnanamaya means Vijnana Praya means not actually Vijnanamaya Kosha. Appears as though Vijnanamaya Kosha means Buddhi Sadrishaha. Appears as though it is Buddhi, truly not Buddhi. Yoyam, the one who Atma, who appears as though Buddhi means Buddhi Upahitaha, conditioned by Buddhi, the Vijnanamaya Kosha. This Atma, who is conditioned by Vijnanamaya Kosha, Buddhi, Antakarana, is called Vijnanamaya. Then Praneshu. Praneshu means Prane, in the pranas means itself is not the prana. Pranebhyaha Vyatiriktaha. Praneshu means that distinct from, different from pranas. That is pranas. Not only pancha pranas, prana word is also used for what in Brihadaranyaka? Indriyas. Indriyas also are called pranas because without pranas, pancha pranas, prana, apana, vyana, udana, samana, indriyas cannot function. So indriyas also are called as the prana. So praneshu means pranebhyaha vyatiriktaha. This Atma appears as though Vijnanamaya Kosha, Buddhi, but itself distinct from, different from pancha pranas and all the indriyas. Praneshu, there is available Hrudi. So, Hrudi, that is Hrudi Antaha, Jyotihi. Hrudi. What is Hrudi? Through our Hridaya Mausapinda, these are our which put your heart, this pumping heart. Through that, where is it available? Buddhau. Because as per Vedanta, the seat of Antakarna is our physical heart. In fact, according to neuroscience also, autonomous nervous system is centered around the physical heart as a brain may be there in the skull, but this nervous system is around the heart only. So therefore it says, so that is Hrudi means to the Mausapinda Hridaya, the physical heart, where in Antakarna, Buddhi available, Hrudi. At the same time, Antaha, inside Buddhi in the sense, it is distinct from all the Buddhi vrittis, different from all the Antakarna vrittis. Buddhi Vyatirikta, Anta means inside. Inside means different from the what it is inside. Suppose this water is inside the pot means water is different from the pot. So like that, Antaha, inside means distinct from all the Buddhi vrittis, but itself is, do you know what it is? Jyotihi. Itself is Jyoti. What is Jyoti? Prakashakatva. Very knowledge means begun from that Jiva and pointed out what? The very knowledge principle. And that knowledge principle after in 3-4-15 is shown as Kutasthaha I am Asangaha Purusha. Asango Hayam hi Purusha. Has nothing to do anything whatsoever with the features of Dehadvaya and that is Antakarna Buddhi also and Chidabhasa. Just as the sun or the moon reflected in the water has nothing to do whatsoever with the condition of the water. Like that, this Chaitanya has nothing to do. And what do you mean by nothing to do? All that we have to do is with what? All Sukha Dukkhatmaka Samskara is with what? Gross body, subtle body and Chidabhasa in that. Chaitanya Rupa Atma has nothing to do, means are totally free from samsara. So that way, so this is what the style adopted there in the Brihadaranyaka. To begin with, the Jiva who has got two bodies, Chidabhasa and the Kutastha Chaitanya, as Bhokta, one who undergoes all these experiences shown. Finally, all these upadhis are discarded. What is retained is Asanga Atma Chaitanya. The same thing is now briefly told in the next stanza. Atma Katama Ityukte Yajnavalkyo Vibodhayan Vijnanamayam Asangam tam paryasheshaya Atma katamaha iti ukti Yajnavalkyaha vibodhayan Vijnanamayam arabhya tam asangam paryasheshayat. This refers to Brihadaranyaka 4th chapter, 3rd section, stanza 7 to 15. Janaka, King Janaka asked Yajnavalkya, Katamaha Atma, who among these many upadhis, what is that Atma? A Jyoti. There are many Jyotis are referred to that. Jyoti means whatever that makes you know something, that is referred to. Among these, which is the Atma? Question. For that, Yajnavalkyaha, in answer to this, Yajnavalkya, Vibodhayan, teaching whom? Janaka. What did he do? Vijnanamayam arabhya. Having begun from Vijnanamaya, just now we have seen in 437. So what did he do? Tam asangam paryasheshaya. Finally, that asanga kutastha atma paryasheshayat means retained, in the sense he ascertained that atma to be asanga, nothing to do with the dehadvaya, nothing to do with the Vijnanamaya kosha, buddhi, nothing to do with that. So this is the method of teaching that was employed there in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Therefore, so the Kutastha Atma is not the Bhokta. Mere Chidabhasa, not the Bhokta. Ubhayatmakaha, Chidabhasa with Kutastha Atma at the basis is the Bhokta. And when you say Chidabhasa, Dehadvaya automatically do come there. This is what Bhokta. And this Bhokta is available in the Ajnana Avastha, Vyavahara Dasha, in the case of Jnana, Tasya Kamaya, having discovered the Kutastha Atma, for whose sake should he strive for? This is based on Brihadaranyaka shown. Same thing with the help of Aitareya Upanishad is being shown that first Jiva, who is undergoing the experiences, that is the Bhokta Atma is told. Finally, Asangatva is asserted. Now based on Aitareya Upanishad. Koyamatmeteva madau sarvatratma vicharataha ubhayatmakamarabhya kutastha-sheshyate shrutau kaha ayam atma iti evam adau sarvatra atma vicharataha ubhayatmakam arabhya shrutau kutastha sheshyate shrutau kutastha sheshyate. What is now here, that is a sample. This applies to many Shruti statements. Kaha ayam atma iti evam adau. In such inquiry, who is this atma? What is this atma? Here it refers to Aitareya Upanishad. So that is vayam upasmahe kataraha saha atma. We are now inquiring, who is that atma? Third chapter, first mantra. That is what is in Aitareya Upanishad. So it says, so that is, what is that atma? Ityadav. Like such statements, such inquiries, even at other places also like Shweta, Shatra, etc., we do find such inquiries. What is this atma? What is being done? Sarvatra. Sarvatra means in all the places in the Upanishad where what is the nature of Kutastha Atma is being ascertained. What is done first? Sarvatra. Atma vicharataha. Atma vicharataha means Atma vichara prasangena, in the context of inquiry as to what the Atma Sarupa is. What being done? First of all, Ubhayatmakam arabhya. Having begun with Ubhayatmaka. Ubhayatmaka means what? Both Kutastha and Chidabhasa. Of course, what is there? The Upadhis are there. Now let us see in Aitareya how it is done. In Aitareya, a long list of all Antakarana Vrittis are given. That's it. Saujnana, Ajnana, Vijnana, Prajnana, like that it goes on. Means each and every Antakarana Vritti, main categories as sample are given. So all these are shown. When Antakarana Vrittis are shown, is it Kutastha Atma or only Chidabhasa or both? Right now you have not understood the question. Have you understood? Let me take, you are not, because many are blinking. So you have not understood the question. You have not understood the question means what vritti you have got, what antakarana vritti you have got, sandeha. A samshaya vritti is there. Fine? Agreed? Okay. Now, if you have understood, I will change. I will show you afterwards. Okay? I will not berate you, belittle you. Okay? That's fine. So, you have not understood samshaya vritti is there. Now, this samshaya vritti has got chidabhasa or not? That chidabhasa without kutastha, is it possible? No. And that vritti means dehadvayas are there or not? Yes. What happened? You have a samshaya vritti, a thought of doubt means kutastha atma, chaitanya atma is there, chidabhasa is there, and the one who makes that chidabhasa possible, upadhi is there. Ubhayatmakaha or one of the two? Ubhayatmaka. That applies to any blessed thought. Suppose, no, Swamiji, I have understood what you have asked. Very good. You understood or not? That I have understood is what? Is a vritti. And that vritti is again vritti, chidabhasa means kutastha atma, ubhayatmaka. That's right. Saujnana, ajnana, vijnana, prajnana, long list is given. All are what? Ubhayatmaka, antakarana vritti, which have got chidabhasa, which takes for granted the kutastha chaitanya atma. Arabhya, having begun. Finally, what is done there? Prajnanam Brahma. Mere Chaitanya is what? Free from upadhi of antakarana vritti, and free from upadhi of antakarana vritti is free from chidabhasa also. Reflected sun you take and free from water, what do you mean there? Reflection also is not there. The bimba surya is there. Like that. That prajna. That prajnanam word appears twice there. The first prajnana is for antakarana vritti. Second prajnanam brahma. That prajnanam is for shuddha chaitanya. So that what? That mere chaitanya free from chidabhasa and the upadhi. That is what pointed out as what? Brahma. What has been done now? So started with Ubhayatmaka and finally what is written is Kutastha Asanga Atma. This is the style adopted in Aitareya and other places also. That means Kutastha Atma is not Bhokta, is not the experience. You know what is the result of this discovery? Kutastha Atma is not the Bhokta means what does it mean? I am not a samsari. If that Kutastha Atma is directly cognized, I can discover that I am not a samsari. Okay, that is fine. Now you say, if this is the truth, what is that? Kutastha Atma is not the Bhokta, the samsari. Why do people commit the mistake of taking oneself as who? Bhokta samsari. Ask anyone. So we get elated, we get rejected. And you say that we are free from this. Why do people, majority, not even majority is not the word. Almost all, maybe some 0.000000000000001% may be the exception as such who have got the knowledge. How is it so? The answer is not being given. Kutastha satyatam swasmin adhyasyatma vivekatah tatvikim bhoktrutam matva na kadachid jihasati. Atma avivekatah. Atma avivekatah. Kutastha satyatam swasmin adhyasya. Kutastha satyatam swasmin adhyasya. Bhoktrutam tatvikim matva kadachit na Kadachit add api. Kadachit api. You can also add yogam. Kadachit api and yogam you add na jihasati. Na jihasati. After kadachit api and yogam to be added. What is that yoga will say afterwards? Na jihasati. This is what happened. Atma. This is Atma. Jivaha. This here Atma in this stanza means Jiva. How do you say Atma Jiva? Because what is said is applicable to Jiva only and not Kutastha Sangha Atma. It is not applicable. See, elsewhere it is said, very interesting thing. Atma word is used for all these meanings. What are they not is that? Here Atma is Jiva Paraha. Jiva Swarupe. With respect to one's own Swarupa, Atma is word is used. Yatne, one's own efforts, Atma word is used. Dehe, in the body, Atma word is used. Manasi, for mind, the Atma word is used. Nije, belonging to oneself. Nija, 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 Nija located. Nija means one's own, for that Atma word is used. Buddhau, for Buddhi, Antakarana, Atma word is used. Vanhau, for fire, Atma word is used. Vayau, for Vayu, Atma word is used. Jive, here was Jiva. Brahmani, for Brahmani. Atma word is used in so many senses. So therefore we have to find out here, in this context, Atma means Jivaha. Atma, Jivaha. And when you say Jiva, who all is there? Kutastha Atma, Dehadvaya, Chidabha. This combination of all this, you see, always keep the Jiva means this definition you should have. Otherwise analysis will be not proper, you will forget. So, this, what does it do? Avivekataha. Due to lack of distinction between Kutastha Atma and Jiva. That is what? Kutastha Jiva Bhedasya Vivechana Shunyatvatah. Vivechana Shunyatva means due to absence of distinction between that is what is Kutastha and what is Jiva. So, Kutastha Jiva Bhedasya Vivechana Shunyatva Avivekata, due to lack of discrimination as to what is Kutastha Atma and Jiva. What does he do? Kutastha Satyata. Kutastha Atma Chaitanya Satya or not? It is without change, always exists. That Satyatva, where does he ascribe, where does he superimpose? Swasmin. In oneself. Which oneself? Not Atma, Jiva. Swasmin is me the Jiva, not Paramatmika, Paramarthika Swaswa. Not the Chaitanya Rupa Atma. In the Jiva, Swasmin Adhyasya. Satyatva of Kutastha Asanga Atma. So already the Jiva experiences oneself as what? Who? Bhokta. And takes the Satyatva of Kutastha as feature of oneself. I am a permanent who? Samsari. Samsari Bhuktrutva experience. Satyatva for whom? Of whose Satyatva it is? Kutastha Atma. I said that. And therefore what? That is why, no one wants to die. You know why? Immortality, Amritattva is whose feature? Kutastha Atma. But not knowing what is Kutastha Atma, we take Jiva as Atma. But that immortality we try to ascribe to whom? Yeah, how is it possible? So long as the Upadhi is there, it has to get. And but Kutastha Atma can never be destroyed. There is no question of our desiring for immortality, it can never be destroyed. But not knowing that, so ascribing this and Bhoktritva is already there. Bhoktritam tatvikim matva. And that bhoktritva, status of enjoyer, sufferer, etc., tatviki, satya, belonging to kutastha atma, thinking that way, na kadachidapi yogam na jihasati. At no time this jiva would like to give up the yoga. You know what is yoga? Don't think Ashtanga yoga and samadhi, etc. Don't think of that. Sambandha. What sambandha? Identification with the gross and the subtle body with the Chidabhasa. Therein doesn't want to give up. Why? Kutastha Atma doesn't know. What he knows is only Jiva. This is how, though Atma in reality is free from Bhoktritva, Jiva is the Bhokta. Due to ignorance, not knowing the distinction between that, Satyatva of Kutastha is ascribed to Jiva, and that Jiva as Bhokta already known, and he takes as what? I am the one who perennially who suffers the samsara. This is what happens. That means Bhoktritva belongs to whom? Jiva. Is it not? Chidabhasa. Chidabhasa, not simple Chidabhasa. Sadhisthana Chidabhasa, Ubhayatmaka Chidabhasa. If that is the case, why Shruti says Atmanastu Kamaya Sarvam Priyam Bhavati? Everything is dear for the sake of whom? Atma. What Shruti should have told? Ubhayatmaka Chidabhasasya Kamaya Sarvam Priyam Bhavati, or Jivasya Kamaya Sarvam Priyam Bhavati. Why does the Shruti says Atmastu Kamaya? It says Atma. My dear, that Atma word refers to whom? Jiva only. I already told. Atma word has got so many meaning. You don't know Sanskrit, therefore better know Sanskrit. Without language, you can't learn anything as such. And in a subject matter like Vedanta, even though you don't know, at least in the context, what that word means, minimum that much you try to know. That Atmanastu Kamaya Sarvam Priyam Bhavati, Brihadaranyaka Shruti, that Atma word refers to who? Jiva only. That is why Upanishads, Vedanta means what is required is Mimamsa, analysis. It is not like a novel you go on reading. If you do that, you know what will happen? Head will get swollen afterwards. Nothing but doubts and doubts and doubts. And if a person is intelligent, he will deduce certain conclusions. And finally saying, Upanishad is what speaks nonsense, because contradictions easily available there. It's something nonsense. Person is not ready to accept one's own shortcomings there. That is why a proper inquiry has to be conducted with a person who knows about that. I say, so how is that in the Atmastu Kamaya? For Atma, that is what everything is dear means Bhoktritva is ascribed. That Atma refers to Jiva Bhokta only. Bhokta svasyaiva bhogaya pati jayadi michhati yesha laukika vrittantaha shrutya samyaganoditaha Bhokta svasya eva bhogaya pati jayadim ichhati. Add iti. Iti to be added. Eshaha laukikaha vrittantaha shrutya samyak anuditaha. Shrutya samyak anuditaha. See, in the world this is found. What is found? Bhokta. With that Bhokta, Jiva. And you know which Jiva? You know. Swasya eva bhogaya. For one's own enjoyment, what all does the Bhokta Jiva desire for? Pati jayadim ichhati. desire for what? Pati, husband, Jaya, wife, Upalakshana for all that we desire for, that's all. Nothing to do with a person, husband, wife, children, etc. All that we aspire for in terms of our desire, that is indicated by these two words, Pati Jayadim Ichchati. Is this true or not? For whose sake? Is it for somebody else's sake? No, for one's own sake. This is what. Iti, this, Eshaha Laukika Vrittam. This is a fact based on the observation of all the people, applicable to people universally. This Laukika Vrittanta belonging to this word, the fact belonging to the word, Shrutya, by Shruti, Samyak Anuditaha, very well is restated. So when Atmanastu Kamaya, Shruti doesn't refer to Kutastha Atma, but what you find in the word is only restated. What do you mean by Anudita, restated? Means it is not the final truth in the sense Kutastha Atma is not the one for whom it is desired. It is for Vyavaharika Jiva, it is one who desires for. So it is a restatement. Now you may ask, why should Shruti restate? There must be some purpose, because Shruti will not talk something without a purpose. There must be some purpose. What is that? It is not the prattle as such. There is a purpose. Why does Shruti brings to our notice the one who is Jiva, who is aspiring for all these? That is the purpose. What is that? See. We want everything for the sake of ourselves. If we want everything for the sake of ourselves, that love is for those things or for ourselves? Love is for who? Ourselves, not for those things. Those things are desired for whose sake? Myself, for my sake, for the sake of me. Therefore, me is dearer than others are required so long as they give me what I want from them. The moment we discover that what I thought will give me what I want, it is no. What I thought will give me what I want is not true, and the thing is not able to give me. Goodbye. What? We will unceremoniously, that's what Swamiji used to say. Youngsters, I love you, I love you, I love you. After 6 months, I allow you. Go and get lost. Why? What the fellow thought is no more there at all. It's not it's for everything it is. Whether an individual, whether a thing, whether an event, whatever it may be, we do want to have it thinking that it will give joy. That's why no, when children are there, all love. In it as what happens. And they go, I don't want to see the face of this fellow. Why? What happened? The apple of the eye in the childhood so has become a great soul. How? Because earlier a source of joy, now source of sorrow. That means we are not really interested in all these things. We are interested in what? Ourselves. Shruti tells us a plain thing. Why you do this Dravida Pranayama? Go straight. If you love yourself the most, try to find out what that you, me is. Why you go in all this? Dravida Pranayama means what? Pranayama is like this. Not like this you do means what? Suppose you eat the food. How? Try to eat this way. You try at home, okay? You may succeed, but what? A great nuisance. If that is the case. If I aspire, I desire Pati Jayadika means what? Upalakshana for all blessed things, money, name, fame, all things, whatever that. For the sake of myself means I am the not simply dearer, I am the dearest. When the Shruti says, don't run after them. Straight away, try to find out why I am the dearest one. What is my Swarupa? If you discover, you can say goodbye to the world once forever, not depending on them. So Shruti doesn't want you to depend on anything whatsoever. What do you mean by moksha? Moksha means freedom. Freedom means what? No dependence. No dependence, including no dependence on the body. Even depends the body means hell of it. Suppose you depend on the body, what will happen? Kitna baj gaya? 6:30 baj gaya. After another 1.5 hours, crows will start crowing. Which crows? You know, in the stomach. Then you have to hunt for food. Again, so all started. Food. Again afterward, routine starts afterward. So all these are what dependence. Body purpose is served, maybe used for a better purpose for others, but no dependence. From that standpoint, says why the Shruti restates that all that is desired for is for the sake of the reason is not being elaborated. भोग्यानां भोक्तृशेषत्वात् मा भोगेषु अनुरज्यताम् भोक्तरेव प्रधानेतः अनुरागं तं विधित्सति. अन्वय भोग्यानां भोक्तृशेषत्वात् भोगेषु मा अनुरज्यताम् भोगेषु मा अनुरज्यताम्. अतः प्रधाने अतः एव भोक्तरी एव भोक्तरी एव इद. एक अन्वय लाइक दिस. सेकंड लाइन अतः एव प्रधाने भोक्तरी प्रधाने भोक्तरी तम अनुरागम विधित्सति तम अनुरागम विधित्सति. भोक्तृशेषत्वा भोग्यानां भोग्यानां भोक्तृशेषत्व. What is bhogya? Come on, give me derivation. You are supposed to know this. Similar things you are taken. Bhoktum yogyam bhogyam. Jnatum yogyam jneyam. That is how it is. So, bhoktum yogyam bhogyam. That which is fit to be enjoyed. That which is fit to be enjoyed. So, bhogyana, what are those? What are those bhogyas fit to be enjoyed? All patijayadi, the recipient of our love. Whatever that is dear to us, money, name, fame, children, friends, all property, all that which is the recipient of our love, in all those bhogyana, bhoktrutva sheshatva. Being the shesha, shesha means something related, anga. So, bhoktrutva anga, bhoktru sheshatvat means bhoktuhu anga bhutatvat, in the sense being for the sake of bhokta. Okay, take this much, we don't bother about Sanskrit. So, bhoktru sheshatvat means being for the sake of bhokta. what? Bhoktuhu anga bhutatva. What is anga? Part. So, all bhogyas, objects, beings and events of enjoyment, being for whose sake? For the bhokta, experiencer, enjoyer, the giver. This being the fact, he says, bhogeshu ma anurajyata. Don't have anuraga, don't have your love, don't get engrossed in bhogya. Why? What you are truly interested is the bhokta, the enjoyer, and not the bhokta. No doubt, you are interested in the bhogya. For whose sake? For myself. Me is prominent, for whose sake you aspire for that. For example, see, at times it happens. You love the friend of your son or daughter. You know why? Because your son or daughter is the object of love, recipient of love, and therefore his or her friend you love. Really you have no love for that person. But because you love your son or the daughter, you love. That's like that. If you love the objects, etc., for the sake of oneself, the love is truly for who? Oneself and not the thing. But you love them for whose sake? For your sake. Like loving the son's friend. In fact, this will be elaborated in chapter 12. This particular topic, it is everything is dear to oneself, will be further investigated. Even a son's example is given. You know, an interesting example is given. A father has got a child, just 9 months old child. And this fellow, today he has not shaven his beard. Okay? And the beard has grown. And this fellow kisses the child. The child can't tolerate the pricking beard, but still he is enjoying. Why? Actually, the child is crying. Now tell me, is it because the father loves the child for that is joy of the child or joy of oneself? Not that he is cruel, etc. No, he loves the child, but he is not cruel to the child, but still some inconvenience that is there, he is what? Inflicting for whose sake? For one's own sake. So that is how everything is dear for the sake of oneself. So therefore it says, Bhoktrutva Sheshatvat Bhogeshu Ma Anurajyatam. So don't get entangled in what? Don't get entangled in the bhogya. Ma anuraja, ma means not. Not means don't have anuraga in what? The bhogya. Means don't consider the bhogya as the source of joy. Don't have love. Where should you have them? Ataha, therefore what? Ataha eva, for that very purpose, pradhane bhoktari tam anuragam vidhitsati. What Shruti does is, by atmastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati, pradhane bhoktari. Who is pradhana bhokta? The true swarupa of bhokta. The true nature of jiva. What is it? Kutastha atma. So bhoktari eva tam. Tam means what? That anuragam vidhitsati. Vidhitsati prescribes, means recommends, that is ordains. Have that love for whom? Yourself only. That's the code. Om स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्ताम् न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महीषाः ब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यम् लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशो